The name of the uncle seen in the logo of the world's most famous fast food chain is Colonel Harland Sanders. He worked as a laborer and a priest throughout his life, but what happened after 65 years that completely changed his fate? What challenges did he face in his journey to success, and why did his own company, KFC Corporation, file a court case against him? Welcome once again, viewers. Harland Sanders was born on September 9, 1893, on a small farm near Henryville, Indiana. The first major challenge of his life came at just 6 years old, his father's death. Being the eldest among his siblings, his mother had to work outside the house all day to earn money, which left Harland responsible for raising his younger brothers. By the age of just 10, he had mastered cooking bread and vegetables. But when his mother's salary was no longer enough to sustain them, Harland took his first job at a farm, feeding the animals at the age of 10. Due to his young age, he struggled with the job and was eventually fired. When he turned 12, his mother remarried, which brought another challenge into his life. His stepfather did not like having the children around, leading to frequent household conflicts. Eventually, Harland was sent away to live with relatives, separating him from his mother and siblings. In an effort to support himself and his brothers, Harland resumed farm work, waking up at 6 a.m. to feed the animals before heading to school and then working in the evening to husk corn. At just 13, he managed all these responsibilities alone. However, another hardship struck. He struggled with his studies, particularly algebra, leading to his expulsion from school. For the next 2 years, Harland continued working on farms, but as expenses grew, he decided to join the U.S. Army at just 16 years old. Since he was too young to enlist, he lied about his age on the documents and managed to become a soldier. However, within a year, the Army discovered his real age and discharged him. At 17, Harland faced a series of job losses and hardships. Over the years, he worked various jobs, including streetcar conductor, railroad fireman, insurance salesman, lawyer, steamboat operator, and even selling tires. Sometimes he quit, and sometimes he was fired. Eventually, even his wife left him, fed up with his unstable career. In 1934, at the age of 40, Harland met the general manager of an oil company in Kentucky who offered him the chance to run a gas station. Initially, business was slow, but he improved sales by providing excellent customer service. However, just as he began to experience success, the Great Depression hit, causing a sharp decline in sales. The oil company took back the gas station, leaving Harland jobless once again.
In 1930, Shell Oil Company recognized Harland's experience and offered him another gas station, which he quickly accepted. To attract more customers, he began serving meals to travelers. Initially, he only had a small dining table that seated 6 people, serving homemade ham, country ham, and string beans. Later, he added fried chicken to the menu. His chicken became so popular that he expanded into a full-fledged restaurant with seating for 140 people, calling it Harland Sanders Court and Cafe. However, he faced another challenge. His fried chicken took 30 minutes to cook, frustrating customers. To solve this, he experimented with pressure frying instead of pan frying, reducing the cooking time to just 8 minutes. This innovation significantly boosted his restaurant's reputation. Then, in 1939, World War II began, plunging America into economic crisis. Customers stopped eating out, and Harland's restaurant suffered. In 1942, at the age of 52, he had to close his business. After the war ended in 1945, Harland attempted to reopen a restaurant in Georgetown, Kentucky, in partnership with a friend. He became so successful that in 1949, Kentucky's governor honored him with the title of colonel. However, conflicts rose with his business partner, leading him to buy out the restaurant entirely. As his fried chicken gained nationwide fame, a real estate agent offered to buy his restaurant. Harland refused multiple times, but 6 months later, a new highway project diverted 90% of the traffic away from his restaurant, causing a drastic drop in sales. Eventually, he had no choice but to sell the property for a fraction of its value. At 65 years old, his only source of income was a $105 Social Security check. At this point, he had a new idea to franchise his fried chicken recipe. He and his wife, Claudia, traveled across the country in their car, carrying a pressure cooker and bags of chicken. They visited restaurants, cooked samples, and if the owners liked it, they purchased the rights. Harland earned a commission for each chicken sold. Over the years, his franchise network grew, and by the age of 73, he had franchised his recipe to over 600 restaurants. However, due to his old age, he struggled to manage the business. In 1964, he sold KFC Corporation to a businessman from Kentucky for $16.5 million, about 124 crore dollars. However, it was agreed that Colonel Harland Sanders' face would remain the symbol of KFC, and he would continue representing the brand in TV interviews. Although KFC was now run by someone else, Harland Sanders remained his public face. Later, the new owners altered the original recipe, which infuriated Colonel Sanders. Feeling betrayed, he sued KFC Corporation, arguing that they were selling a recipe he never created under his image. Out of frustration, he and his wife opened a new restaurant under her name, Claudia Sanders Dinner House, serving the original fried chicken recipe. This move angered KFC Corporation, leading them to sue him in court. The court ruled that Harland Sanders could not run the restaurant under his own name, so he had to rename it. However, Claudia Sanders Dinner House still exists today, and it is the only non-KFC restaurant authorized to sell KFC's original fried chicken. And that brings us to the end of Colonel Harland Sanders' incredible journey. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Discover TV. Thank you for your support on our journey to 1 million subscribers. See you in the next amazing video.